Oh, snizzity snap, baby. We're back for Motivate with EY. And it is a beautiful evening here in sunny Las Vegas. And I had a wonderful day. And today I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter today. A couple of reasons. One, I'm preparing to go on a little vacation, a little family thing we do every single year with my parents, my sister, her husband, and my wife. And we have a great time. So still got some packing to do and things like that. But not only that, I just want to kind of go over this topic. It's more of like a, it's just kind of like a, I know I talked about before on the podcast about why I decided to do this and kind of what the whole goal is here. And this is kind of just a little intermission with that same kind of topic. And I feel like sometimes, I don't want to say the message gets lost, but it's, I just kind of want to clarify, but also piggyback on that. So what I really want to talk about this week is just motivation overall. You know, the podcast obviously is called Motivate with EY, and I find a lot of different areas and people in my life and just ways of looking at life that motivate me. They motivate me to be a better person overall. It's motivated me to continue and grow the podcast. It motivates me to do better at my job, my everyday job that I do, to be better here at home for my family, to be a better friend, all the way around. And yet I still run into people and I still hear about these things where I feel like some people are kind of going the opposite direction. They're pushing away people. They're not finding ways to become part of a big community of people who want good, positive things. Maybe they're part of a community that's about separating themselves from other people, through just the way they think and topics in life and, this kind of this versus that kind of mentality. And really, I feel like a lot of us, and I'm very conscious of this within myself, but a lot of us are not being motivated. It's almost like it's going the opposite direction. I don't mean everybody. It's not what I'm trying to say, but really, there's motivation everywhere. And if you really look hard enough, you can find it in the places in the people that you don't think are they're not motivating and they're not trying to be motivating, but it can still have a motivational impact on you and get you going in the right direction. Now, what do I mean by that? Even if you see somebody not doing well or going a direction that you don't want to go down because they're making bad choices in life, they're not being honest with themselves about who they are and what they're doing, and whatever it is. Maybe it at first glance it looks negative, but you can still look at that person and say, I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to be like them. Look at the mistakes they're making, and it seems very glaring to you. Why? Because you're on the outside looking in. And it's easy to see when it's not yourself. And that's kind of the case with all things, with any aspect of your life. So if you're looking the outside looking in, go, wow, I notice I make some of these kinds of decisions. I notice sometimes I act this way, but you don't see it when it's you. So if you recognize it in somebody else, that can motivate you to go the right direction. Say, wow, I didn't understand, or I didn't realize this is how it looks to other people. So I need to clean that part up in my life. I need to go the other direction and get going and make it better. Well, you are motivated. You don't think of it as motivation all the time, but you're motivated to go on a different path, a different journey because of what you saw and what at first glance thought it looked like a negative, something negative that you were witnessing. That's what I mean. You can find it anywhere. And even with all this kind of crazy talk that's going on in social media and regular media, if you want to call it media, within politics and organizations and groups and things like that, where we have a difference of opinion. Okay? So what? Everybody in my life, everybody, the people I love the absolute most, my closest family members, my closest friends, the people I'm around every single day, all the time, I guarantee you at probably half of the stuff that, if any topic you can think of, probably at least half of it, I disagree with them. We disagree. And sometimes we disagree a little bit, and sometimes we disagree a lot. And I still love them. I still care about them. I still want to be around them. I don't think that they're a terrible person. I don't think that they're the other side. I don't think that they're someone who should have their job taken away or should go somewhere else and never be able to do anything in life. No, I love them. I want them in my life. And the fact that they think differently than me is a good thing. I look at it as a good thing because I learned something. I'm always learning. And that's motivational to me. And sometimes I see them doing something where at first I'm thinking, I would never do that. But the more I look into it, the more I ask them questions, the more I see the end result or the path that they're taking, I'm like, wow. I didn't think that's how that would go. Maybe I can change some of the things that I'm doing, so the ways that I'm approaching life. Maybe I'm only 43 years old. Maybe I don't have it figured out. Maybe I don't have all of life's, craziness and anything that can happen. Maybe I don't have it all figured out. Is that possible? Yeah, it's very possible. None of us have it figured out. Spoiler alert, none of us do. But a lot of us going around acting like we got it all figured out. I got all the answers. I know it all. No one can tell me different. No, tell me different. And that stuff is motivating. It's motivating to go out and get more information. It's motivating to me to not be so caught up in my own ideas and go, I got to rethink things. I need to look at the whole spectrum and from every angle. How many of us look at everything from all angles? I know I don't. And I'm conscious of it. I'm conscious that I need to be better at it. And I still don't do it all the time. So these are all things that can be motivational. I meet people all the time from my job and my interactions. And if you're open to it, you'll meet people that you never would have met if you're more closed off. And the more people you meet, the more things and situations that can come from it where you go, look at this person. Look what they're doing. I thought I was great at what I did. I see what they're doing and they're killing it. I mean that obviously in a positive way. They're out there in life. I thought I was a good family man. This guy or this woman, they're on a whole nother level than me. I gotta get my stuff together. And then it helps you. It motivates you. It inspires you. But if you were closed off, you never would have met this person. And you never would have seen what they have to offer you. Because so many people have things to offer, but if you're closed off, you never get to see it. You never find it. Or maybe you find it way down the road and you wasted a year, 2 years, 10 years. And you could have been growing overall. You could have been experiencing better things overall. So just be open-minded to it. To all the things that can be motivational. Anything, everything. Find the positive, the positive message, the positive takeaway from something that happens. And I get it's hard to do sometimes. I know it is. Because I'm not the best at it. I know I'm not. But I'm always working to see it and to try. And sometimes I don't see it. My first reaction is to go get upset or no, that's not for me. Or no, get away. And I have to rethink about it. I'm like, okay, let's calm down for a minute. Let's look at this objectively and what can I learn from this? What can I take away from this? And sometimes I have to go back to that person and say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have reacted that way. Tell me again, what happened? How did it happen? And you start to figure things out. You listen more, you get more information. The more information we can get, the more we can take it and, take the good from it, get out the stuff that doesn't apply to us and move forward in a good, positive direction. There's motivation everywhere. I meet so many great people that show me a way to view life, show me a way to handle life. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. And that's a big part of what this podcast is. Motivate. It's not just, that word has kind of been hijacked, and people say they want to be motivational with memes or sayings, and those are all good things. I mean, I appreciate all those things, but really looking at things and really analyzing things that are happening in your life, why can those things affect you in a good, positive way, even if your first reaction is negative from it? How can I take the positive? How can I take the positive? We do that in so many things in life. We take the good, we weed out the bad, and we move forward with it. But for some reason, we're in this weird time right now where we're not doing that with our own lives, and we're not doing that with the people that we come in contact with. And I think it's important. And that's the message I want to get out this week. Look all around you. It's everywhere. And the more you start looking, the more you start recognizing, the more you start realizing, holy cow, I was missing all this before. I can't believe I was so closed off. I was missing all of it. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I know, well, I should say it this way. I understand that where I am in life and all my experiences up until this point are I know I don't have the same experiences as someone who had to grow up in maybe a terrible environment or a hostile environment or another country where it was war-ridden. I mean, whatever. I mean, I understand where I got to start at maybe at level 5, in this long race, and some people are starting at -100. I've talked about this before. We don't all start at the same level. So I truly try to understand all the time that my point of view on things is because of my circumstances in life. But I try really hard not to let that distort my view and my willingness to be open to other people's lives, to their feelings, their considerations, and that, hey, maybe this is the best way to handle things for me because of my life's experience. But if I was someone who grew up in this environment, maybe this doesn't apply to them. And my whole point of this is, I think if we all can do that a little bit better and be conscious of it and understand, this is my place in life. This is where I was born. Here's the experiences I got to have. And here's the things I never had to overcome. I never had to overcome where my next meal was going to come from, if I was going to have shelter, if that shelter was going to be in a safe place where there wasn't crazy violence all the time, and walk to school wondering if I was going to get shot. I mean, I understand that my experiences provided me a much easier path to get to this point. So maybe my point of view isn't relative to somebody over here. And I need to have more compassion, and I need to have more empathy, and I need to look at them, and I can still draw motivation from them going, wow, if I had to grow up in that environment, would I be as well off? Would I be as smart? Would I be as, would I have gotten as far as they did with my personality? Maybe not. I might have folded early on. I might have just given up, thinking there was no way out. I mean, who knows? So maybe I need to be more compassionate to their circumstances and say, okay, maybe somebody in my shoes, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but somebody over here, maybe I need to reach a hand out a little bit more, or at least let them know, hey, you know what? I see what you're doing. I see what you've overcome. Just a little portion of it. I didn't have to live it, but I can see what you had to overcome, and I applaud you. That's an amazing feat. Keep going. Give them a push. Give them a boost. Let them know they're doing a great job. We think because, well, I would have done a better job than that. Well, you don't know. But also, that's not the point. The point is to help motivate them. They motivate you through their actions. And even just saying thank you. Wow, thank you for noticing. And maybe that gets them even further on their next path, because now they can see and go, wow, what I'm doing is working. And you see them going, wow, what they're doing is working. I need to work harder. It's everywhere. I promise you, it's everywhere. Motivating people, motivating circumstances, just across the board. Like, I see it all the time. And every time I see it, I do like a little fist pump here. I get so excited. And it gets me going even more. And then I start thinking about different things. Ooh, I can do this. Ooh, I can get better at that. Ooh, I can challenge myself this way. And I do. And I'm not even great at it yet, but I'm working at it. I'm working hard at it. And that's the message I want to get across. That's what I want to see people doing more and more of. Helping each other, motivating each other, recognizing it, giving them attaboys, giving them fist bumps. Let's all move forward together. Not this division between each other. It goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. We know it does. It's like this weird, silly game we're trying to play of I'm good, you're bad, I'm better than you, I'm on the right path, you're not. You don't know. None of us have the answers. Okay? Most of us are pretty dumb when it comes to all the information that exists in the world. We don't have it all figured out, right? So let's recognize that and move forward. Let's recognize that, help each other, motivate one another, recognize it, see it, take the good from it, weed out the bad, filter it out, and move on. So that's the message this week. I know it's a short podcast, but it really is that simple. Now, the work that it's going to take to get there, it's a lot harder. I promise you that. But the message itself is simple. Look for it, you'll find it, and take from it what you need. Weed out the stuff you don't, and move forward, and help each other along the way. You know, give each other high fives along the way. Let each other know that we're doing a great job, and let's make this a better overall society. Not just society within our hometowns, within our states, within our countries, around the world. Let's make this a better world to live in for all of us. I know it sounds cheesy. I know it sounds cliche. But hey, we all see social media and the media, and there's a lot of work to be done. And I can't affect what everybody's doing across the globe. I can only affect me, and anybody who listens to this, I hope I can affect in a positive way. But you can help yourself. You can help the people around you. They can help the people around them, and it just grows overall. So that's the message. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening. I will be back next week, and I'll be excited to tell you guys in a week and a half. I have another jiu-jitsu tournament coming up. I'm excited about competing. It's going to be my second one for this year. I know I have 3 slated for the year. We'll see what comes up in the winter months. I should be able to finish off the year with a final one, and that'll be a good time. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. And I'll let you guys know how I do in the tournament here in another week and a half as well. And I hope doing these things motivates other people to get out there and challenge themselves in whatever arena you want to get into. It could be hiking, biking, whatever it is. It could be something on the analytical side of things. Maybe it's taking up a musical instrument, whatever it is. So thank you guys. I look forward to the message next week, and enjoy yourself here. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you guys soon. All right.